Welcome to Top Amazing Fact. We've all had those moments of regret after buying something online. I'm still scratching my head over why I bought those origami rocks, but hey, sometimes you just have to return things. Luckily, my mishaps don't even come close to the problems these shoppers faced. Get ready to be amazed by people who really regret shopping online. Watch out when buying things on Facebook, or you could end up like the guy who thought he scored a great deal on a flat-screen TV. It was definitely flat, but it wasn't a screen. I wonder if that board came in HD or 4K Ultra. Ordering clothes online is always a challenge. Will it fit? Will it look anything like it did on the model? For one unlucky shopper, the answer was a definite no. Hopefully, they ordered from a store with a solid return policy. Size can be tricky when you're shopping online. One shopper thought they were getting a regular armchair, but apparently missed the word boys in the description. Boys could mean teenagers, right? Not this time, it meant toddlers. Here's another classic case of online shopping gone wrong. One buyer ordered a scale, only to realize it was so small, it could barely weigh anything. On the bright side, if you had two, you could make yourself a nice pair of earrings. Sometimes, clothing items turn out to be way bigger than they seem online. One shopper, following the measurements for a 32-inch inseam, ended up with pants that were mysteriously much longer. Somewhere along the line, those jeans really stretched out. Now, take this paddling pool for instance. It's perfect for maybe someone trying to teach their Chihuahua puppy to doggy paddle. Unfortunately, the person who bought it had a human child in mind. The shopper's wife pointed out that the pool seemed suspiciously cheap, and she wasn't wrong. And when it comes to baked goods that don't quite match the online picture, this one takes the cake, literally. A customer ordered a Minnie Mouse cake for their niece, and the version on the left looked amazing. But the one on the right? Well, let's just say it had them muttering, "Oh, rats." Speaking of regrettable purchases, someone had a great idea for their sister's Mother's Day gift, a pillow with pictures of her two favorite sons. What could go wrong, right? Well, how about turning a whole head into a pillow? That's just plain creepy. Here's another one for the too small category. If you're ordering a desk lamp to read by, you'd probably expect it to light up more than just one word at a time. And as for this ladle? It looks like it belongs in an industrial-sized pot of soup, way too big for your average kitchen. I honestly have no idea what you'd do with this oversized ladle at home, other than send it back. Am I supposed to slice some bread with this tiny cutting board and eat by the light of that ridiculously small desk lamp? Somehow, this flower arrangement looked way better online, but the bouquet that arrived is a blooming disaster. And what's up with this Princess Leia costume? It looks more like something Casper the Friendly Ghost would wear. Where's the belt and the snug fit? A set of bed sheets might have done a better job. One shopper thought they were getting a dress, but what arrived was a shirt. At least the pattern was right, but it seems like the fashion department got seriously mixed up here. As for these pots and pans, they look like they're meant for a Cabbage Patch doll to whip up lunch. They're too small for actual cooking but too big for a dollhouse. What's even the point of these? On a brighter note, this flower arrangement shaped like a dog's head is kind of adorable, at least something turned out right. Too bad the reality of that flower arrangement looks like a dog's head after getting run over by a car. It's doggone awful. These pants with slits down the legs looked epic and edgy in the online ad, but when the shopper tried them on, they quickly turned into a bizarre pair of underpants anytime they sat down. Then there's this toy. You wouldn't give it to any child unless you wanted to terrify them. The toy on the left looks like a cute stuffed bird. The one on the right? It's like Mr. Potato Head as a bird if someone blindfolded tried to put it together. Talk about a gift gone wrong. Those Catwoman stockings? They looked fantastic on the model. But on the buyer, they resembled parachute pants chopped off at the knees, or worse, plastic garbage bags. And speaking of shopping mistakes, always double-check the quantity. One shopper thought they were ordering 8 carrots, but missed the fine print and ended up with 8 bags of carrots. Where's Bugs Bunny when you need him? And for one unfortunate kid on Christmas morning, his mom thought she was buying him the gumball machine of his dreams. She did get a gumball machine, but it was tiny. If he bursts into tears when he opens it, maybe she can order the world's smallest violin to go along with it. Sometimes, you can add special instructions to an online order, which is great for surprises or party supplies. But what you can't control is whether those super secret instructions end up printed right on the package for everyone to see. These knockoff Adidas running shoes look decent from certain angles in the online photo. In reality, they're more like the slippers your grandma crocheted for your birthday. And those gemstones? Well, they turned out to be more like sparkly rocks. You'd probably pass them up in person, but on the internet, it's easy to get fooled. People come in all shapes and sizes, but should face masks? Apparently, this manufacturer thought so, but they made it doll-sized instead of human-sized. Even this cat can't believe its owner bought a scratching post without checking the dimensions. It's barely big enough for mice to use. One shopper ordered hiking boots and received a pair of coach heels instead. On the bright side, they seem to be making the most of it. Nice leg. Here's another classic mix-up. Someone bought a chair they thought was adult-sized, but it turned out to be a child's chair. In fact, they accidentally bought a whole room full of elementary school chairs. On the plus side, they're now fully equipped to open a kids' restaurant. This shopper ordered some tights online, whether for himself or his girlfriend doesn't really matter. The problem? They were clearly made for an embryo-sized human. Well, at least he's got some snug toe wear now. Then there's the buyer who ordered Jordans. When they arrived, they noticed something a bit off. The figure in the logo had an actual butt crack. Hopefully, they were able to laugh it off and appreciate the humor in this knockoff fail. One person decided to become Spider-Man and ordered an XL costume. But it must have been an XL for kids, because the mask was way too baggy, and the shirt? Super tight. Let's just say, you won't be striking fear into any villains in that outfit. Another unlucky shopper thought they were buying an Apple Watch online. They did get a watch, with an Apple-shaped screen and iWatch and iPhone watch slapped on it. Why even bother making such a bad knockoff when you know it's going straight back? Hopefully, they got their refund. And finally, this Christmas tree looked way more festive online than what arrived at their doorstep. In reality, that Christmas tree looked malnourished, barely able to support a couple of lightweight ornaments. We've all been there, ordering a tank top only to receive a spaghetti strap mini dress. That's exactly what happened to this shopper. While it wasn't what he expected, he did admit it made his posterior look pretty plump. Then there's the parent who thought they were buying a Dino-themed pillowcase for their kid. What actually arrived had the kid's head printed on it, too. It wasn't the Dino pillowcase they were expecting, but you've got to admit, it was a clever trick. And speaking of misleading, one eBay seller took things to a whole new level when they listed 50 shades of gray for sale. The buyer ended up with a sheet of paper printed with 50 different shades of gray. Yeah, not exactly what they were hoping for. Lastly, when buying a punching bag, it's probably best not to go for the cheapest option. One shopper found out the hard way after ordering a $20 punching bag and cracking it open like a piñata after just a few hits. Lesson learned. I bet they were so mad, they probably needed another punching bag. One shopper thought they were getting a pair of Yeezys, but instead, they received a life-size bodysuit that vaguely resembled Yeezy patterns. That's definitely an online purchase worth kicking to the curb. I have to give this next one points for honesty. The maker of this t-shirt couldn't quite remember Dr. Pepper's iconic motto, But at least they were upfront about it, letting the buyer know right on the shirt that the seller couldn't be trusted. Then there's the guy who ordered a t-shirt with a cool graphic design. Unfortunately, the print was so tiny, he needed a magnifying glass just to find it. Objects on t-shirts are apparently smaller than they appear online. When ordering jewelry, it's crucial to make sure it's meant for humans, not Barbie dolls. This shopper ordered a ring so small, even Gollum wouldn't have gone after it. So, what online shopping disasters have you experienced? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.